One man is due in court going to trial today because his pack of dogs mauled another man on the late night hours. We're going to get into that article. We're going to speak about some of this dog talk and the things that's going around in the community over the past few days. We're going to get into that. Big shout out and big salute to all my brothers and sisters down in the chat. All my brothers and sisters that's listening. Everybody that's tuned in, whether you're watching or listening. Big salute to all the pet lovers across the world. Shout out to all the pet lovers that's taking care of these animals from North America, South America, Asia, Europe, and Africa. You know, and Australia and both Arctic, South Pole and North Pole. You know, it just is what it is, man. It is what it is. You tuned in to your boy K9s on the PBC Pelican Bay's Corner, where we give it to you fair and unbiased, raw and uncut, like straight drop, like pink Peruvian, that old school fish scale, glass. You know what I'm saying? That's the way they want it. That's the way I give it to these brothers. Some gonna like it and some ain't, the way I always say, man. Some gonna like it and some ain't. So without further ado, we gonna get into our first article where, like I said, a man is going to trial because his dogs, he couldn't control his dogs. Just imagine, you know, you minding your own business, and every time you ride past a particular house or in a particular neighborhood, whether you're walking or riding your bike, a group of dogs chases you. You know, when you have dogs, with the people that own dogs like this, they shouldn't have them, man. You know, just yesterday, I was at the gas station, and you know, I was pumping the gas, and I seen a older lady, looked like she had to be in her 60s, maybe her 70s. You know, maybe her 70s. She was carrying a little Yorkie type dog, walking by the store, and I think she was going to her car, which was parked in front of the gas station. She was carrying a Yorkie, and behind her was a blue pit bull, no leash on it at all. In my head, I'm thinking, you know, the dog is calm. He's not acting crazy or none of that. I'm not gonna lie about that. He was just walking, but you cannot control that dog. For one, if that dog take off, you know, that lady that age she was, she can do nothing to help the person that dog's going after. She's too old to do anything with a dog that strong. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you gotta practice responsibility, man. In my opinion, I saw irresponsibility at its finest at that moment, because you can do that in your yard, but you in a public place and you know you're not physically able to stop this dog. Why have this dog running loose? Once the dog takes off after somebody, it's too late to say, oh, he never does that. It's too late for all that then. And I'm looking at this woman and I can clearly see, if the dog were to attack somebody out there in that parking lot, I was gonna have to be the one to get out there and help, you know, and me and some more men, because she was too old for that type of dog to be walking loose behind her, you know, too old, man. And like I said, a lot of times these incidences happen, and once it happened, it happened. But we got to practice responsibility. So we're gonna get to this first article where this man is going to trial, you know, and then we're gonna get into this pit bull talk.
Trial began today for the owner of a pack of dogs involved in a deadly attack, killing 46-year-old Kenneth Pearson back in 2024. Martin Rodriguez is charged with multiple counts of attack by dog causing death. KLTV7's Katie Parker was in the courtroom today, and a warning: some of the details in this story are graphic.
The dogs ripped out his jugular and he bled to death. So while he was bleeding to death, the dogs ripped his clothes off. They gnawed and chewed and ripped his flesh.
Martin Rodriguez is on trial and charged with attack by dog causing death. On February 1st, 2024, around 3 a.m., police responded to a call at the intersection of MLK Boulevard and Rayburn Drive.
I can't get there.
46-year-old Kenneth Pearson was found dead from an apparent dog attack. Daryl Young called 911 that morning.
I looked over and I saw this pack of dogs. Did you hear any screaming prior to that or anything like that? I did.
Professionals at the crime scene say Pearson's physical wounds were extreme.
His upper forearm to his shoulders on both arms, it was basically down to the bone. Also his ear there was gone, and he had a large laceration on his neck.
Have you ever seen any injuries like this in your career?
This was a first. I've never seen injuries like this.
A responding officer said he saw 4 to 5 dogs at the scene.
I noticed that they had blood and on their faces and that they were bloated, like they'd eaten something.
These dogs, owned by Rodriguez, are said to have created continuous issues for the area.
At first, we never had any issues. You may have a stray or two, but other than that, nothing. But once Mr. Rodriguez's dogs got in the neighborhood, it's just more.
At the crime scene, a handgun and bicycle were found in the road.
Well, those dogs have a fantasy with bikes. Like anybody come down the street on that bike, they're going after them. They're chasing them down.
And you see that?
Yes.
Katie Parker, KLTV 7 News.
Officers who testified today say there were prior instances involving the dogs, saying they had to actually use pepper spray to keep them back. Neighbors also mentioned not being able to get out of their cars, fearing they would be attacked.
Now, y'all heard the stuff that they said the dogs did to that man, took his hair off. His arms was pretty much ripped to the bones, joints and all that in this area. Bit all over. And they even said, if you heard them, they said a handgun was found on the scene. I'm not sure why he didn't use the handgun. Or did he use the handgun and did stop the dogs? Maybe he had something. Some people tote guns, and that's why it's good to go to these firearm classes to learn how to shoot these guns. Some people tote these guns and really don't know how to use them. And some people tote these guns and won't use them. They pull them out for a fear tactic to hope they scare you. They didn't say whether the brother used the firearm on the dogs, but and maybe, just maybe, he wasn't able to get the firearm out. He could have been riding his bike and not see the attack coming, and they jumped on him and knocked him off the bike. Or surrounded him before he can get his firearm out. You never know what happened, man. We just gotta, like I always say, practice responsibility. And now this man going to trial, he thinking, oh, it ain't my fault. Oh, this and that. He trying to, I can look at his swagger and how he acting. He trying to put the fault on the brother coming down the street. I can look at his eyes. He don't even look remorseful if you ask me. If you're asking me, he don't even look like he's remorseful. But yet your pack of dogs have been known to come out and chase people. You hear all the other witnesses say it. That's how folk be, man. They dogs get out here and do the wrong, and then they turn around and look at you like you wrong. So he don't understand this right now, but it ain't gonna go in his favor. It's never gonna go in your favor when your dogs come out and maul somebody to death and leave out your premises off your yard and get somebody in them streets or in that public. Most of the time when people come in your yard and your dogs do some crazy stuff, your dog is gonna get taken, and it's gonna be some problems. Now we talking about the dogs going out to the highway, man. Listen here, his ass about to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? But what we got about to do is continue this thing on. Like I say, I hope everybody having a great day, great Wednesday. About ready to get this week over. We're at the midpoint, man. So we're gonna talk about some of these things I've been seeing these brothers speak about over the past couple of days. One is when I did the video and I said, you don't gotta be flashing the money. If you really got money, you don't gotta show it. You spend it. Spend it how you want to spend it. Enjoy it. You don't see Bill Gates walk around trying to look flashy, buying Louis Vuitton, buying Gucci, buying this and buying that. You don't see most of the rich people that's really, really rich trying to prove to you that they rich. They just living life and doing what they do. And one brother got up under my comment. That's why I say, man, I really don't understand a lot of y'all brothers, and I'm not trying to understand it. It's not meant for me to understand. The brother said, talking the way I'm talking because I said, let me say the statement again. If you really got money, you don't gotta flash it. All this putting stacks up by your head and all that telephone, you ain't got no money. You trying to make it look like you got money. Couple thousand, 10, 20, and you gotta flash it. That ain't no money. Do what you do. Enjoy life. So when I said that, he said, talking like that, I'm gonna end up in jail. Somebody, I don't care if you're in the chat. I don't care if you hear this 2 months down the line. Somebody, please explain to me, how would I end up in jail for telling a brother, you don't got to flash that money. Because, see, in my era, all that money flashing, you can get the boogeyman to come to your house. You know, the boogeyman may come to your house for all y'all that's in that game and all that type of stuff. And you ain't even got to be in that game. All that money flashing, the boogeyman will show up to your front door, you know. And those who know, they know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? How is telling brothers, you don't got to flash it, gonna end me up in jail? Somebody, like I said, somebody please explain to me down in the chat. Salute to my brothers down in the chat. Salute to everybody that been rocking with me from day one and just start rocking with me last week. Just start rocking with me today. You know, when they see, just say, oh, I'm gonna tune in. Let me check this brother. I always see him. Big shout to everybody, man. And much love to everybody. But somebody got to tell me how talking like that gonna get me locked up. This is why I tell you, man, a lot of these brothers is on bad dope, bad coke, fentanyl lace coke, and all fentanyl lace every damn thing. Your brain cells is through. Talking with some sense in my head is gonna get me in jail. So that's why I tell y'all, you gotta be careful what you're listening to out here. Because when you talk with sense, these brothers say it's gonna land you in jail. So that lets you know, obviously, the brother that made that comment, he walk around every day holding a conversation that don't mean hill of beans. You know what I'm saying? Talking dumb shit every single day and think that shit is relevant. You know? These are the kind of folk you dealing with out here. That's why I say, man, you got to be careful of the circle you put yourself around. Imagine your circle is these kind of folk that's saying the conversation that I had to leave me in jail. And them the kind of folk in your circle. Where you think you're going to be at? Stuck in the swamps, in the swamps. You're not going nowhere further than the swamps. Crabs in the barrel. Some say the slave mentality. I don't want to take it there. I'm going to say the crab in the bucket mentality. You know? Crab in the bucket mentality. I ain't up here trying to talk and speak from, oh, man, I ain't institutionalized. I'm trying to keep my brothers from going to the institution. You see? When we talk about these dogs, I'm trying to save my brothers. I done told y'all already one time before. It's a whole lot cheaper and a whole lot easier for me to keep you from getting in trouble than me to do what some of these dog channels was doing a couple years back, trying to raise money for a big pot to say, oh, this money is going to be for everybody who donated for their lawyer fee. Don't y'all know that's conspiracy? Don't y'all know that's involving yourself in a mob-like activity? You know, you got to be careful when you're dealing with folk that they just trying to get $1 out your pocket for one. And a lot of these folk ain't never been in situations to understand what they doing, and it really ain't right. So I know it's a whole lot easier for me to keep any of my brothers that's down in that chat, any of my sisters that's listening to me right now from getting in trouble by giving you the knowledge that I came across or the information that I came across that may help you go in the right path. These brothers in this pit bull game, they don't want you to go in the right path. They want to be stuck on ignorant, stuck on stupid, and doing dumb shit all their fucking life. That ain't me, fam. You know, that ain't me at all. Even when I was in the game, I was never the one to constantly get in trouble. No, none of that. You can't get in trouble and make money. I'm about making money when it comes to my job. You know, I'm not about doing all the, like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say, and I'm going to speak on this as well in a little bit. I'm not going to get on that yet. But I'm not the one to get up here and make it look a certain way and lead these brothers down the wrong path, lead these brothers to a prison, lead these brothers to a jail. And a lot of these brothers out here still trying to act tough when everybody know you ain't tough, you know? And you trying to put, oh, this person did this or this person did that. Man, listen, stop trying to live some shit that is over. A lot of brothers want to be street when that street reputation is gone. See, it's a difference in handling your business and trying to have a reputation of handling your business. A lot of y'all trying to live off old school reputations that's been out of here, been gone. and I'm going to speak on a lot of podcast stuff because brothers ask me about how to start podcasts and all that. You know what I'm saying? I don't got all the answers, but I got a few answers that will help a brother or two. You know what I'm saying? Now, we're talking about starting podcasts. It ain't the equipment you got. It's the heart that's in you. It's the drive that's in you. It don't matter what equipment I got. It don't matter what equipment you got at first. When I say at first, I mean to start what you starting up. You got to have drive to want to do something. You know what I'm saying? Not just, I'm thinking about it. Not just, you see somebody else that you think you may enjoy doing that, and now you want to do the same thing. You got to have drive in your heart, drive in your head. You got to be smart enough to know this is what I want to do, and I'm going to do it no matter what he, she, or them, or shim say. When it comes to these podcasts, a lot of y'all not built for it. When I say you're not built for it, I'm not talking about no particular person right now. Don't get me wrong. You're not built for it because your feelings is not built for it. You got to have bulletproof emotions in this thing. You know what I'm saying? You got to have bulletproof emotions, and you got to give folk the real of the real. You know, no matter what you're talking about. If you're talking about video games, you got to know that video game you're talking about. If you're talking about how to build an engine, you got to know them engines you're talking about building. If you're talking about how to ride horses, you got to show and prove or tell people the right legitimate shit when it comes to riding horses. Whatever you're talking about, if you're talking about street politics, you got to be willing to stand on what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Stand on it. A lot of these brothers, and I'm going to tell you like this. Like I said before, I got to say this again. Not talking about no particular person. But I'm tired of y'all calling folk real when you're scared of these folk. You can't start no podcast when you're calling these people, and them people real because you're scared of them. You're intimidated by them. These folk ain't did shit real. These folk not doing shit real. You know? And like I say, everybody got a different definition of real. Some people's definition of real is you scared of them, you can't beat them, so you gonna call them real. Oh, they can beat you up, or they hit hard, or they do this, so you gonna call them real. And like I say, shoot fit, wear it. Hurt dogs gonna holler. Not talking about nobody particular. I could be talking about California brothers, New York brothers, South Carolina brothers, Georgia brothers, Florida brothers. It's the same thing no matter where you go at. Everybody who know real have seen it no matter what state you go in. These folk, oh man, Randy so-and-so, man, that's the realest joker I know. And people that really know him know he ain't hitting on shit. They just scared of him. They just scared to voice their opinion. You can't start no podcast when you're scared to voice your opinion because the people in the chat gonna get down there and saying certain things and they're gonna sway the way you thinking. They're gonna make you think the way they want you to think and you're gonna ride along with it. It ain't gonna work like that in the podcast. Not a successful one. You know what I'm saying? Not at all, my brother or my sister. So starting a podcast don't got nothing to do with the equipment. It got something to do with your drive and do you really want to get it done? Because when I started my jump, you know what I'm saying? And one thing you got to understand, it don't move overnight. You got to put that work in. You know what I'm saying? You may go a minute before you even get $1 in your pocket. Is you willing to stay consistent doing this thing you doing without getting $1 in your pocket? You know? So, that's when you got to ask yourself, is this what you want to do? It looked cool and it looked fun. And believe me, I enjoy my job. But it wasn't no easy thing starting this podcast. It still ain't no easy thing. You know what I'm saying? Still ain't easy. But at the end of the day, I know what it is. Like I said before, you got to be able to stand on what you mean what you stand on, and don't give a damn about all that other bullshit. You know? A lot of y'all can't take criticism. You go to crying and feeling like you're suicidal when folks start criticizing you. Folk get down there calling you names. You think folk ain't gonna call you names? Oh, please don't think they just calling me a name just because folk want to call me a name. No, man. Start your podcast. I don't care what you're doing. Cooking. You can be cooking. You can be showing people how to iron their clothes out, starching their clothes and all kind of stuff. You got people, you got clowns in every genre of podcasting. Oh man, you think you know this? Oh man, you was a jerk. You was a clown. You was a stupid son of a bitch. You know what I'm saying? All the shit they gonna say to you. Talk about your family. Talk about this. Talk about that. And you talking about how to cook a certain kind of dish. Can you handle all that stuff? You know what I'm saying? You could be selling cars. Oh man, you sell lemons. Oh man, so and so, I would never buy a car. And believe me, they say stuff that is way worse than the stuff that I'm saying up here right now. That will break you emotionally. Can you handle it? Ask yourself that. You know, you may get to the point where you feel like breaking before you even get $1 in your pocket. Can you handle that? Bulletproof emotions. A lot of people think they got them, but they don't know whether they got them or not until you put yourself in that situation. You know? And like I said, man, it ain't the equipment you got. 'Cause you got to start off somewhere. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say it's the drive in your heart. What you want to do and your mentality. Is you going to let somebody else, or are you going to let somebody else stop you from doing what you're trying to do? You know what I'm saying? Your ideas is your ideas. Make them flourish. You know what I'm saying? Make them come to the light. And stand on what you stand on. That's all it is at the end of the day. You know, be about what you say you about. Giving brothers and sisters a good podcast or something to talk about, something to look at, a way to learn how to fix this problem or play this video game or put this studio together as far as a virtual your race car, you know, your virtual race car situation and all kind of stuff. Brothers make podcasts for anything. Late night talk with so and so, rap podcast where they talk about the rappers or give the rappers time to get up there and get their shine on. You know, bulletproof emotions is what separate them from us. You know, it is what it is, my brother, my sister. Like I say, hit that like button down in the chat, man, and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed to the channel yet. Now, dude said when I made that Tom Garner video, typical PBK trolling. I don't know where he get that from. Y'all getting corny like I told you. Y'all trolls, you need to step your damn game up. You know what I'm saying? You need to update your game like these brothers update the firmware in their computers. Y'all whack as hell. You still talking about those same whack ass shit. And then you got the nerve, same typical trolling. What did I troll in my last video? For one, most of the time I'm not even trolling. I'm giving you the truth. You want to call it a troll. You know, now some people I may get on their ass. Some people I may get on their ass, but the truth is the truth. It ain't trolling. Ain't nothing typical about the PBK9s. If I was typical, I would be able to be duplicated way already before. I done been up this thing a few years. Years. You can't duplicate the baby. We unique with how we do our thing. And I stand on my business and I know and what I do is what I do. You don't make me, I make me. You know, the people that subscribe to my channel and rock with my channel, we all do this thing together. Them folk that out there that hating, they just hate us, and we just keep doing what we do. Like I always say, stepping over them, stepping across them, stepping on them. You know what I'm saying? Turning around, letting out gas on them, letting them smell them fumes. It just is what it is. They can't keep up. They be junkies, we call them out because they really junkies. They be drunks, we call them out because they really drunks and getting up here trolling people. And I'm not talking about my brothers that be up here bulldog talking that drink a lot. You know, I'm talking about the ones that be hating. You know, specifically the one that report my channel. Straight alcoholic, junkie, weak-minded. Weak-minded brothers. Stab you in the back, brothers. So yeah, man, you know, when it comes to these podcasts and stuff, and when it comes to the comments a lot of these brothers be making, you just got to know how to handle it at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And it don't bother me. You know, what I have to watch myself from doing is really responding to some of y'all flunkies, because you don't need responding to. Now, when I say this, don't get me wrong. I'm going to give you the real, like I told you. I had folk that tell me, oh, man, when I first started my podcast that I knew from from around my way. Oh man, don't forget me when you get big, 'cause that shit, they're gonna blow up what you're doing. This is way before most of y'all was even watching my channel, and a lot of y'all definitely wasn't thinking about starting your own channel. When I first made my first, maybe the first 10 videos I made when it come to these pit bulls, dog talk. Or don't forget me when and they know what I'm talking about because they know the statement. Don't forget me when you blow up. I can't, dog. I never can forget people that been rocking with me. But if you ain't been rocking with me, I ain't gonna fake like you been rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? Two, I ain't gonna stay stuck in the swamps because you want to stay stuck in the swamps. So if it takes me leaving you behind because you want to stay stuck in the bullshit, then it is what it is. Plain out and simple, dog. I'm on a mission. You know what I'm saying? I got goals in mind, and believe me, I'm achieving them when I'm setting my goals too. You know, and these brothers, and this is what folk will do because you ain't want to stay stuck in that swamp, because you ain't want to stay stuck where they want to stay stuck at, and the mind frame they want to stay stuck at. They'll go to talking about you. They'll go to hating on you on the side. You know, and like I said, hating don't always gotta be the voice. What they say, oh, fuck Hirsch, or fuck this, or nah, that ain't always gotta be hating. Look at their actions. You know what I'm saying? Look at their actions. You know, I had brothers from around my way that wasn't real, you know, they had dogs and stuff throughout their lives, but they wasn't real big on dogs right now. And they support, straight support from around my way I'm speaking about. Support. Hit the like button on the videos, drop down and hit their comments in the videos, may even share the videos sometime. But the ones you think will support, your dog brothers, your pit bull brothers, you start seeing the hate movement. You know what I'm saying? The way they moving. And this the thing. Play the jackass. You know what I'm saying? And this is for any situation. I don't care what kind of job you got. Play the jackass that want to act like you don't see what's going on around you. You don't see the hate that's building up. You don't see the hate that certain people move and the way certain people do around you. I ain't going to be that one, dog. I'm not going to be the one. Like I said before, I lived half my life thinking the definition of real was one way until I saw, oh no, this ain't the definition that I was thinking it was. Now I got to take matters into my own hands. You know what I'm saying? I got to do shit the way it's going to benefit me and my family. Fuck all the other shit. You know? Because I told y'all brothers over and over, sisters over and over, folk only want you to be real when it's being comfortable for them. When it's putting them in uncomfortable situations, folk don't be real. And they make excuses for all that shit. Not about to do it. Not about to do it. And one thing I'm glad about, I've seen a lot of different situations from the 90s. And if I had to get up here and start talking about it, don't make me get up here and start talking about the shit that I know around my way from the 90s when you're trying to put real, make folks seem real, and they ain't moving real. From the 90s to 2026, you ain't moving real. And like I said before, real don't mean you go jump somebody. Real don't mean you put me on a piece of ass. I can get my own girls and I can do my own fighting, you know? And for the ones that want to jump, they make tools for that, pieces for that, heat for that, fire for that. You know, one man can do what 30 people jumping. You got 30 people want to jump me? I got something that can stop all 30 of them at one time. So I don't need you to come help me fight this battle, this fight and all that. I used to think all that shit was real until I see. Folk only want you to be real. Folk only want to scream that real shit when it's comfortable for them. You know? So that's why I do what I do, my brothers, my sisters. Rock with my dogs. At the end of the day, my dogs ain't gonna turn their backs on me. My dogs ain't gonna try to fuck my old lady when I'm doing bad, when I'm down, when my money low, you know what I'm saying, or when I'm not in town. My dogs ain't gonna try to fuck my old lady. You know what I'm saying? Let me go to jail for 6 months. My dogs ain't gonna try to fuck my old lady. I'm talking about my literal dogs, my real dogs, not my dogs, my folk. My real dogs ain't gonna try to do none of that. You see? These folks say, what's real? What's real? Y'all got limits to being real. And I'm talking about the whole United States, not no one group of folk. It's limits to being real. So you might as well do your own thing, do it how you do it, and that's what it is. Take care of your family, and your kids and your household and your real true friends, you know what I'm saying? All that other shit can it's for the birds, man. It's for the fucking birds. I ain't trying to be your friend. I ain't trying to fake for you or fit in with the Joneses. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to do it. I done been what they call a master at deceiving. Oh, driving big, pocket full of lint, broke as hell. Oh, you got shorty, you can't do shit with the shorty because you looking like you paid, but you ain't hit no shit. They don't like to hear that type of shit. They don't like to hear that type of talk. I done lived that life where I got a badass car, ain't got no money in my pocket, and guess what? Oh man, that ain't no good feeling. So why would I make that same mistake again? You know what I'm saying? I'm to the point where as long as I'm happy and the people around me happy, give a damn how you feel, man. Give a damn what you think about, you know, when it come to me. K9s, y'all stay safe, y'all stay legal, and we out. Puppy's out. This is a female, 2 weeks old, going on 3 weeks old. It's a female right here. Just letting y'all check these pups out. 2 to 3 weeks old. It's another female. Eyes open. Gonna be some little feisty little pups. Bred to be hard workers. This the one that had the stripe down the face. As you can see, the stripe is getting a whole lot smaller now. She's got white socks though as well. 3 females that I just showed y'all. Nice male right here. Got 2 males and 5 females. It's a nice male. And here go the other male. The little jokers eat, sleep, and they run around and play and stuff like that, but they look. See the wrinkles? Wrinkles in the face like pound puppies, man. Wrinkles in the face like pound puppies. Like I say, this is a male. The last 2 that I brought out was males. And they pretty much all look the same, you know what I'm saying? I brought out what? That's about 5 of them right there, about 2 more left. And they're gonna all be wrinkled up in the face. Like I said, they don't come from wait till the dog is pregnant and wait till the puppies come out and try to get the puppies big. You gotta take care of the mama from the start, you know, and give the mama the proper nutrients to take care of these puppies. You know, if I didn't show y'all the mother or the father, you probably would think those bully dogs or bully breed. Nah, they just red boy Jocko the way they supposed to be, the way they supposed to look. I don't gotta show you the ped. Red boy Jocko the way they supposed to look, man.
It's a proven fact that the American Pit Bull Terrier is one of the most fascinating dogs worldwide. Maybe you've been thinking about bringing one into your family and need an in-depth look at the history, health, temperament, and lineage. This only means there's one book for you. The Pit Bull Encyclopedia is your one-stop shop when it comes to your furry friend or companion. Knowledge is the key to running a successful program, so make sure your pit bull is secured by having your very own copy of the Pit Bull Encyclopedia. Why are you still hesitating about something you can do today?